Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the NECA TMNT comic book series Ultimate Body Count Casey Jones. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Over the past year, Articulated Empire has become your trusted online retailer. They carry all the latest lines like Mythic Legions, Valiverse, AWOC, Zesray Studios, and much, much more. They ship your items quickly and securely. You'll be quite happy with how Steve and his team follow through with their care and attention. Articulated Empire also offers free shipping over $75 and no tax except for Illinois residents. So head over to articulatedempire.com today and build your empire. All right, here is a look at the package, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think I've ever purchased a TMNT comic book Ninja Turtle figure. This is my very first one, and I don't even know why. I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't know why. But I did see our good friend over at the Badass Reviews review this figure, and it just looked, well, it looked badass. And so I was like, that looks like a lot of fun to play around with. It's definitely not a version of Casey Jones that I am familiar with. I had to go look up and see what is Body Count. Didn't know it was a standalone graphic novel featuring Casey Jones and the Ninja Turtles, and apparently it's pretty brutal. Got some artwork here on the side of the logo. We've got some photos here. I don't know if this is the cross sale or are these other characters that's inside of Body Count in the comic. I don't know. I don't even know who these are. I mean, I recognize this guy, but I don't recognize these guys at all. Got some artwork there on the side, and then you open it up. You have this extra flap with more photography inside there. 46, is that the 46th figure in the comic line? I don't know. I don't know what that means, because, you know, ultimately I don't collect this line. It's not something that that I know a lot about, but this figure did look fun and cool and totally badass, and one that I wanted to play with, so I picked it up. So let's get this guy opened up and take a closer look at everything he comes with. All right, going over the accessories that he comes with, he does come with this really cool chainsaw. Can't say that I've ever seen Casey Jones use a chainsaw, but I've also never read Body Count, so maybe he does. I'm assuming he does. That's why he comes with it, but it's done in this very nice comic book art style with the kind of like shading lines. I think that's really cool. Somebody who's a bigger collector of NECA Ninja Turtles can tell me if this is a new mold or if this is reuse from something else, just repainted, but it is nicely detailed with the black and the red and the white. I really like it, and I could totally see this being used by other characters. So if it doesn't end up going with Casey Jones on my shelf, then this may just go in my 1/12 scale art accessories bin, and I'll use it for something else. He does come with this really cool hockey stick, which, you know, Casey Jones got to come with a hockey stick or a baseball bat, something, right? I really love the wrap and the little graphical lines. I love that everything looks like it came out of the comic book, which is very impressive. I mean, I would expect nothing less from NECA, but it does look great. Now, he doesn't come with a bag, like a golf bag, and that's kind of a missed opportunity. I've heard people talk about that. I kind of wish he did come one. Casey Jones always kind of needs one, but it's okay. I don't have one, so it is what it is. Here we have a unlabeled whiskey bottle. I saw this in a lot of photos with this character and was really hoping that he came with it. I'm glad that he does, but it is like a nice sort of like Jack Daniel's style whiskey bottle. I may take some white paint and just scribble like some white little designs on there, just to make it look a little more Jack Daniels-y. And then he does come with these really nice gloves that say Pro on the back, so it's a really cool tampo they've got there. I love how they're asymmetrical in their design. This one's got extra wraps on the left hand than this one does. I love all the stitching painted very nicely. That looks really, really cool. They do have hand pegs in there because you don't put these over the hand, you just put it on, pop them in the wrist peg, and that looks really cool. And then speaking of hands, he does come with a nice little tray of 2 grabbing hands, 2 gesturing hands, and then 2 karate chopping hands, because I know he ain't using that for saluting. So that looks really cool, and I love all the little extra like hair detail that's on the hands. So that looks really nice. Plus he comes with 2 punchies on him in the package. And here we have Casey Jones himself, and man, this guy moves very well. I'm very happy with this guy, with the way he moves. I did have to give him a super hot water bath because it's really cold here in my office, and he was really super stiff. But I mean, I think I put him in for like less than like 45 seconds, and this guy was good to go. So if there's a little bit of water on him, that's why. Let's go over the articulation real quick. He can look down really well, but because of this hair, even though it is kind of softer, rubbery plastic here at the very bottom, he's not really going to look up much more than that. That's about it. So like if you consider that looking straight ahead, that's about all you're going to get for looking up. You do get some tilt and bobble. If you can see inside of there, it is painted. You probably can't, but I can, and it's painted black with white eyes, and it looks really nice. This is not a mask that typically would appeal to me, especially not having read the comic or having any ties to the comic book that this came from, but it does just look menacing as hell. And it does remind me of Iron Man's mask, and the old school mask that used to poke up like this, and I've always kind of liked that. It's not what I consider that your like typical Iron Man mask, but I've always had a soft place in my heart for it. It just looks really nice. Nice stress lines and not stress lines, but like graphical lines on the chest and the body. Looks really good. The arms can both go out and hit that T-pose. Not much higher than that, but they can hit that T-pose, go all the way around. You do have the bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbows, looking really good. Can scrunch up quite a bit. You do have the hinge and the swivel on the wrists. For the upper torso, he can bend forward that far, bend back that far. Not a lot. If you consider that straight up and down, I mean, that's about as far as he can get. I don't see any... Yeah, we've got some rotation, but that's on a post. There's no ball joint down at the bottom. So this is all you can get is upper rotation. For the hips, no drop down, can go forward that far, and that's fairly straight ahead, but you do see you're bending up that plastic quite a bit. You can go out to the side that far, and then back about that far. No thigh cut, but it does have a generous hip ball joint. So I'm okay with that, because I'm probably not ever going to rotate the leg any further than that, even with a thigh cut. So I'm okay at not having it. Now, I will say that having the knees cut out, so you can see the knees, the pants are cut, so you can see the knees, is fine. But the way they have it painted, it's like they're knee pads, and they look more like knee pads than they do just his pants being cut. This cut here is not just painted, that's actually sculpted. This is actually sculpted, and then these are just the knee cuff. So it just looks like a knee pad to me. It looks like a flesh colored knee pad, which is kind of crazy. And then double jointed pinless legs can only go back about that far. And then no ankle cut right here. Perfect spot to hide it, and they didn't use it. Not at the sock and not at the upper part. No ankle cut. That's kind of disappointing. So you do have generous swivel down there, and then a nice hinge. And I love the sneakers. Like, they just look great. Like, the overall design of this guy, I absolutely love. So let's see if it's easier, tough to change out these hands, and let's see what they give us here. They're a little harder to get out than they are to put on. The other hands go on pretty easy, the gloved hands, but like I said, I even soaked this in hot water, and I'm still having a hard time. I'm always afraid of shearing off one of the pegs, but the hands go on, and I think this guy just looks incredible with the gloves on. I mean, even if you just wanted to use them like in like a boxing pose, like not even just, for the hockey stick, but like just in, a regular like fighting pose, I think they look fantastic. I don't think I'm gonna put the other hands on this guy. Like, I'm glad he comes with a lot of extra stuff, but I promise you, like, this guy's keeping the gloves on. And then, oh, so I don't throw it across the floor. Let's see if we can get this in here. Yeah, man. Look at that. Like, Casey is like, I would not mess with this guy. I mean, this dude looks like he's straight out of The Purge. Like, this guy is ready to go to town and do some damage. He just looks really, really good. Like I just knew there was just something about the design of this and the way it looked and how cool it was that I was like, I don't have a single figure from that line, but I'm buying this. And I did. I found it in stock on Amazon.com and found it there. And that's where I ordered it. I haven't seen it in my stores yet. But yeah, man, like, this guy is pretty amazing.
There was just something about this figure when I saw Carlos at the Badass Reviews playing with this figure. There was just something about it that piqued my interest, that made me sit up and take notice at what I was looking at. Like I said several times now, I don't have any figures from the TNT Ninja Turtle line. I've never read Bodycount. I have no connection to this at all. And the mask is typically not something that would draw my attention. But all of these things together, all of these elements, all the design elements here in this figure, coupled with the way it's articulated and the way it moves and the accessories it comes with, just something about it just captured my attention. And I took a plunge and bought a figure on an impulse buy that I otherwise don't think I normally would have. And I'm so glad I did. This figure is a lot of fun, from the accessories, the articulation, the paint job, minus the flesh tone kneecap, knee pad things. Other than that, like, to me, this is a perfect figure. It's a lot of fun. It's what we call hand candy. I can't put it down. I love playing with this thing. I can see this guy living on my desk for several months, just posing it. I mean, look, and the mask is wicked. Like, he literally looks like he is from The Purge, like ready to come. He's waiting for midnight and ready to wipe out some people. Good, bad, or indifferent. Yeah, I can't recommend this figure enough. I hope he's showing up in your local Targets. For me, I caught him online. I haven't looked since I purchased him, so I don't know if he's in and out of stock. I'm not sure. But if you can get your hands on this figure, it's definitely worth the pickup, whether you're a fan of this line or not. But you guys let me know in the comments down below. Are you a fan of this design? Are you a fan of Casey Jones? Are you picking this up? Are you passing altogether? What are your thoughts? Let me know. Please check out our podcast called Across the Toyverse. Comes out every 2 weeks wherever you download your podcast. And be sure to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector, Mark, and I'll see you with this guy on the next Purge.